Well, the star of the show from last Saturday night at Albion Park was Taleah McMullen. She jumps on board this week to join us for weekend winners, and she's with us now. Taleah, appreciate the time.
Thanks for having me.
Super effort last week, a treble. You're in great form.
Yeah, it was a really good night. Bit of luck with the draws helped though.
Okay, well, let's go through your book of drives for this weekend. We start with this free-for-all race, the first race, Secret Agent Tycoon. First up last week, he led and gave ground over the latter part. Were you disappointed?
He was okay. It was over 21. Turning into the straight, I still thought he had a chance, and probably the last 100, he probably fitness just told his race there. I think back to the mile this week, I think he'll improve off of his run last start.
Okay, the obvious question, we know he's a high-speed starter, but does he have the speed to cross a horse like Star Galleria?
Probably not, but if he just gets to the running line and too wide, then there's some nice horses to take a sit on and have a pretty cosy trip. I think he'll run a pretty nice race. All
right, well, that's Secret Agent Tycoon there in race 1. We go across to race number 5, and this is the Team Teal Female Drivers Invitational. You've picked up the drive on Go Lightly. This is a good drive to get.
Yeah, it's been racing well on a Saturday. Not an ideal draw, but its form's probably better than what it looks on paper.
I know you've probably got to talk to connections a little closer to start time, but first thought, roll forward here?
I think so, especially with the scratching as well. Comes into gate 4. I think probably have to roll forward a bit and have a little look if we can get somewhere handy.
Is he good enough to feature here?
I wouldn't be surprised if he ran a place. It's probably going to be hard with the draw, and there's some nice ones to the inside, but he's still a nice horse, and I wouldn't rule him out.
Okay, well, let's go lightly in race 5. Let's go across to race 7. This is going to be well featured. Gonna Need a Margarita. This former Kiwi mare has been doing a really good job. Unplaced last time out, but there were excuses there.
Yeah, she probably just got too far back last start, too far back probably for her to really want to try. But other than that run, she's been really good, especially 2 starts ago. So I'll be looking to find the fence, and that's where she runs her best races, and I think she'll take some catching if we can get there.
You would have been thrilled when the field was released and you came up with gate 2.
Yeah, I think that's a good draw for her, and she has some gate speed there, so I'm hoping to find the fence.
Okay, form prior was really, really good, including that nice victory in fast time 2 starts ago. So if she does find the fence here, she's going to take plenty of catching.
I think so. She's proved she can run a good mile, so yeah, she should be hard to catch.
How far can this mare go in time, Taleah?
I think, she is quite nice. She is really well bred as well, so that helps. I think she's probably the type of horse that if you put her on the fence in any race, I don't think she'd disgrace herself. So you never know, coming up to those feature races, if she continues to improve, then we could always put her in there and have a go, and if not, then she'll probably make a really nice broodmare.
Okay, well, she's doing a nice job at the moment, and she looks well placed there in race 7 on Saturday night. The following race, race 8, Goal Kicker. We know this mare well. She's racing in consistent form. Naturally a little disappointed with gate 7 though.
Yeah, definitely. She does have gate speed. That helps, but I'm just not sure if we'll be able to use it Saturday or not. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. We might have to roll forward and look for a spot, but she's very consistent and has been racing really well.
Her run here last week was really good.
Yeah, it was. She fought on pretty good and burnt out the gate, so she can do work early, but yeah, it's just hard drawn 7. Don't want to be stuck in the middle of nowhere, but we'll see if we have a bit too much speed for the ones on our inside.
It's only a matter of time before she wins a Saturday night race.
I really hope so. She's been trying for a while.
Well, maybe it might be her time on Saturday night. Race 9, Di Carey here for your partner Trent Letherby. He's only had a handful of runs since joining the stable. How have you assessed him so far?
He's pretty consistent. He's a pretty nice old horse. He doesn't have a lot of high speed or point-to-point speed, but he's a nice old horse and he just goes around, and he's really good at following speed. So I think those veteran races suit him, where they generally are running 52 or 53 miles most weeks. I think that's where he goes best.
Does the small field suit him here on Saturday night?
Yeah, I think so. He doesn't have much gate speed, so probably just have to go back and look for the gaps and the shortcuts where we can. But if he gets a gap late, I think he's, going to be right there with him. He never really runs a bad race.
Yeah, I think that's fair. In all of his runs so far, he's never gone a bad race.
Yeah.
And if he's finished out the back, he's probably coming off a bad draw. So he's always thereabouts.
Yeah, that's right. He's a pretty handy old horse.
All right, well, let's look at the last race. This is the trot, and this is a great trot race. Red Castleton, we haven't seen the big red fella since he won that feature on Inter-Dominion Grand Final night in Sydney, and he hasn't trialled. So what can punters expect on Saturday night?
He did have one trial a couple weeks ago. He was okay. They ran pretty good time, and I think he'll take a lot of benefit from that. I think he will definitely improve off of this run as well. But I think first up, the mobile start over a mile is definitely suits him. So I think he's good enough to win. Definitely when he's at his best anyway, and I don't think he's far off. So if we can go forward and get to the fence and then we have options from there, I think he'll run a really good race.
So that's the plan, go forward, try and lead?
Yeah, that's the initial plan, but if we do too much work, obviously he's first up, then have to reassess. But he does have gate speed, so we'll just have to play it by ear. I don't want to push him too hard, but if we can find the fence easy, that would be nice.
Okay, Sir Fahrenheit, is he the obvious one to beat in that field?
Yeah, obviously. I also I've always had a lot of respect for Garland Green as well, and I don't know if it still has the track record or if it got broken recently, but if it found the front, I think it would take some catching too. So there's some handy horses up here, trotters up here at the moment. Obviously can't rule Doug out of that race as well. If it found the fence, does everything right and wants to hold up, then it'll definitely take some chasing too.
No doubt you guys would have been super proud of what he achieved last year, Red Castleton.
Yeah, it was a pretty big effort. Obviously going down to Menangle and contesting in those heats and putting in some ordinary runs in the heats can get a bit disheartening, but to come out and win on final night, that was pretty cool. I don't think I'll forget that anytime soon.
All right, well, he's the last drive for you on Saturday night. Which one are you most looking forward to?
I'll say gonna need a margarita because I don't want to jinx Red at all, so I'll go for her.
All right, we'll put the circle around. Race 7, number 2, Gonna Need a Margarita, a mare that's in really good form and perfectly drawn. Taleah, as always, really appreciate the time. Best of luck on Saturday night.
Thank you.